Oh, and we're live.
We
No
are
intro.
live. We were too busy watching the World Cup for the intro. Shah is balls deep in World Cup activity, but we are live. This is the weekly entertainment podcast. We like to call it Spitball Media. We're going to spit out some top entertainment stories of the week, watch some cool trailers, talk about some box office, big things going on in the world of entertainment. And of course, before we get to anything, Beach O'Brien is not here. He has shared some personal things going on right now in his family. So we want to make sure we give him a special shout out. He did put a special message on Patreon. And of course, we want to give a good thought for him and his family right now. So shout out to Mr. Bish O'Brien and his lovely family there. And we hope to get him back with everybody soon. But in the meantime, Shah is holding it down with me in Philly. Shah, you are so into the World Cup, and you kind of got me into it a little bit.
Man, I am balls deep into this shit, man.
He's
I
so
tried to.
into
I was
it.
actually, dude. I was actually live on Patreon about 45 minutes ago. But on Patreon, when you go live, I guess you don't have the option to share the screen because the idea was I wanted to go live, to watch some of the Brazil game before
Okay.
before we go live here. But that didn't work out, so I just hung around there for 20 25 minutes and wrapped it up. But yeah, man, I have bets on right now. I have bets on Brazil winning 3-1. So if I need
Wow.
Scotland to score one, man, that's a
Well,
quick.
we got to tell Jamie Pennycook he's got to get on the ball with that,
Yeah,
because that's
yeah,
his home
yeah. It's
country.
it's it's rough, man. It's been a roller coaster, man. I
Well,
lost
it is a big part of
$480.
entertainment. How much have you lost total?
480 2 days ago, and before that, I lost 550 2 weeks before that.
Good
But keep in
Lord,
mind,
my
all
man.
this money was money that I made from the World Cup. So I've only
It's
really
free
lost
money.
40 bucks.
It's called free
I've,
money.
I've
That's
only
what
lost
gamblers call
40
it.
of my own money. But
Yeah, gamblers call it free money because it's the money you didn't put in, but you lost even though
it's
you won.
it's my own
It's
fault though, man. It's because at first I make smart, safe bets. Like $25 here.
yeah,
$20 here, and then once I get to like hundreds of dollars, where I'm like, oh shit, I'm at like $500 profit. Then I get cocky and I'll just like dump the whole 500 on something.
of course.
Boom, lose it all. Just get
Yeah,
cocky,
of
dude.
course. Well, the World Cup is happening. It's a global event. It is really kind of taking a lot of U.S. cities by storm. And of course, this is a global audience. So you have people all over the globe experiencing the beauty of America for the first time and having a great time for the most part. And of course, we've seen story shot after story of just a lot of hospitality being shown the way of the visiting, whether it's the Swedes, the Norwegians, the of course Scottish. The Scottish literally at one point, Shah, I think, took over Massachusetts.
I believe they did. They drank it dry.
Yeah.
Norway, people are loving Norway.
They were at the Mets
Um,
game today,
they're in New
watching the
York City
Mets.
right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were at the Mets game. Who did you have there in the great city of Philadelphia?
We had Brazil. We had Brazil. We had France,
France.
Iraq. Yeah.
Wow.
Uh, and next up, we have Ghana playing Croatia on Saturday.
Oh, wow. Wow. And of
So
course,
Croatia is
Jersey.
good though. Don't
Croatia is
underestimate
good.
Croatia.
Well,
Croatia
look,
is
I
no
never
joke.
look, Shah. Far be it from me to underestimate Croatia, but this is a global event. It is dominating ratings on television, gambling. Towns have massive windfalls of like hotels, cars, booze, food. It's just a pretty extraordinary time in the states right now. But Shah, as we can admit, most people in America really don't give a flying fuck about the World Cup. Let's just be honest.
I think you're gonna see a new wave of fans after this though. I don't
Okay.
know. It just feels different this time around. Don't you feel like it's
We say
different since
this
it's in
all the time
America?
with the World Cup in the
No, but it's in
USA.
America though. People are
I
seeing
know.
these different cultures celebrating. Like they feel to be a part of it. You know what I mean? Like the
Yeah, yeah.
magic is in the air, bro. I feel it.
Yeah,
You know
I
what I mean?
watched I
So
watched the game in Brooklyn. I was in Brooklyn over the weekends, and
mm,
I watched the game in Brooklyn. I was out and about, going out to some nice restaurants all through like Park Slope, and then my daughter works in Williamsburg, so I was in Williamsburg. I will say the city is packed, but Shah, I want to bring this up. Look, I have not lived in New York City for a very long time. I'm an old guy. But I did notice something, Shah, when I spent 3 days in Brooklyn, and I hadn't done that in a while. And the last time I was in Brooklyn was in February, but I was there overnight. Like it was cold. It was like, I was there for my record thing. I went to like two places and then I went to fuck home. I was all over like Windsor Terrace, Park Slope, like all I'm talking like we walked like all over the place. We walked everywhere. We went out to lunch, we did this, we did that. Shopping. I had my girls with me, I had my wife with me. And then I was out in Bay Ridge Saturday. Well, I was in Williamsburg to Bay Ridge, Park Slope. None of these places, like they're all different. But Sha, I'm gonna make a declarative statement. And this is kind of controversial, so I need you to prepare for what I'm about to say. This might be a big problem for a lot of people to hear. People, all right, I'm going to quantify this. I'm going to say people, but I really mean like broads. The amount of attractive people I saw in a 48-hour period in New York City, Shah, was beyond like, and I never say things like this. I never do. I don't. But I shared this with my wife while we were sitting in a restaurant in Williamsburg in a front of a window there on Lorimer Street, and all these young people are going out, and it's a lot of broads. And then like seven girls came in for dinner in this restaurant, and maybe six of them were like eights, maybe eight fives. I'm not even joking. Only one of them was like, meh. But the fridge always protects the snacks. And I literally think people in places like New York City in particular are just more attractive. And I don't know how else to qualify that. Like I think because the competition is so high, there's so many people that you can't afford to be a slob. And I'm not talking about people in their 40s, 50s. I'm talking about young people. I mean, these were like fit, good looking, wearing nice clothes. So there's just something about a major city. I mean, do you find when you're in places like Philly proper, New York City proper, don't you find that people like girls just look better?
No, for sure. I don't know what happened to my camera. Am I back? Am I
Yeah,
here?
yeah, you didn't go anywhere
Oh,
actually.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Um, yeah, I don't know. I would say like the fashion has something to do with New York City and
For
like
sure.
being in a metropolitan city.
Yeah,
But
you
as far
spent a
as
lot of
overall
time in
looks,
Brooklyn. You spent a lot more time than a lot of other people, maybe where you're from in Brooklyn in particular, right? Like you've been to Brooklyn a
yeah, but I
lot.
think yeah, but I think overall looks, the younger generation, people just look better nowadays. I
They
just
do.
see like good looking people all around.
They do.
Um, versus like our generation, like when I was like in school, man, like there was like a handful of good looking girls. You know what I mean? Where
Yeah,
now I
me too.
feel like
Me too. In the 80s,
now,
there was only like four, and two of them were prudes, and the other two were fucking your friends.
where now I feel like it's a handful of ugly women where everybody else is pretty. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
on these dating apps, like everybody looks good. Like I
yeah.
don't know, man.
Yeah,
It's just like
yeah.
it's
You've
wild.
shown me. Look, it's not breaking the fourth wall, but you have shared like women that you met on these apps, and every time me and B show are like, Jesus Christ, because in our mind as older, well, you're the same age as him, but he's been married for longer than I've been married, right? So like, but as collected people who are not in a market for anybody, we do not recall Shah that being out there in the wilds when we were available people.
No, even I mean people that I went to high school with, I look at them now and they're in their 30s and late 30s and stuff. Um, they look way better than they did in high school and after in
Yeah.
college. And I don't know, man. It's just people just take better care of themselves. I don't
I
know.
think that's
It's
it.
just
I think it's society pressure, but also the resources are there, right? You have Ozempic. You have a lot of people have forms of gyms in their house. Don't even like Peloton bikes in their fucking house. You
well,
have
different diets too.
different
They have all
diets,
these
right? You
different
have
diets now.
people are on keto, and people are more people are vegan or vegetarian than they were when you were younger and I was younger for sure. Um, but also like even like Botox and like eyelashes and people got like the whole shit is put
Yeah.
together, man. Like I was blown away. I was really like, and I said this to my wife, I go, no disrespect, because she always knows when I say that something terrible is coming. I was like, there are just a lot of attractive people. Like, and
Well,
I'm
that's
not looking at dudes, but like they're dudes do seem in way better shape. Like they seem way better put together, and like they're all gussied up too. Like those broads aren't banging some ugly motherfuckers.
yeah, but isn't that kind of to be expected though? It's like it's almost like part of like evolution. It's like we have I mean, as far as skincare, right? There's a million different creams that can make your skin look better.
Yeah.
Dudes, all bald dudes can get hair now for a couple
Yeah,
grand.
people
Like,
aren't young
life
guys
has
aren't bald
changed.
like this, man. You don't see a lot
Yeah.
of guys like when I was 29 doing this. You don't see guys like you, like people your age expect you to have hair, probably.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I just thought that was an interesting thing to bring up as an older person. Like I'm not, because also I live in upstate New York where there's a lot of rock eaters and people like wear pajamas to go shopping and go to dinner in fucking pajamas and, and there's just a lot of uggos up here. But I have a funny idea for a bit. I don't know if we're gonna do it. I'm gonna just throw this out there. I could produce my high school yearbook, and I guarantee you will not find a single girl attractive out of like hundreds of girls.
No, I'm
Like you would be
sure. Yeah.
like you would be like that girl looks 30 years old, and I'm like she's 17. Like I'm dead ass serious. Like if you maybe you'd find 2 or 3 out of 300.
And look at it now, man. When you walk around, everybody in their 30s and 40s looks amazing.
Yeah,
Women that are like 43 look 35 now.
amazing.
You know? It's
Like
different.
yeah, dude. I see it. I saw it. I saw it like we were in Prospect Park Friday night. There was a concert in the park. It was a Juneteenth holiday, so there was a lot of people out and about through the city, and I just was like, oh my god. Like what in the good Listen, I'm retired. I'm penile retired at this point, but I'm just saying, like even at 55, bro, I'd be like, I don't know. I think there's a market because I'm not exactly Wilford Brimley, so I feel like I don't have the diabetes. But anyway, I enjoyed my time in New York, and I'm enjoying watching the World Cup. Shah's keeping me abreast, and Jamie Pennycook is keeping me abreast. Shah, who do we have in the chat room hanging out with us on a very strange episode?
Yeah, we got Joe Punches.
The Joseph Punches.
What's happening, man? Motherfucking Don Stoney.
The one and only Don motherfucking Stoney. He's just go by Don motherfucking Stoney.
There you go. Got Chris Matthews.
Chris Matthews is on the men's. Oh, Joe Punches is also on the men's.
He's got 420 at the end of his name. I never
noticed that either too. Yeah, I never associated that. Yeah,
do you partake, sir? I didn't.
Are you on the pot? Is he on the pot?
Yeah,
he's on the pot.
Kind of surprising. I had no idea.
No clue.
Emmanuel Rojas,
my hardcore brother from the other side of the coast.
Yeah. John JID.
Yeah, John's finally able to hang out with us tonight. What's up, young John?
By the way, you had mentioned all the great hospitality. I got to shout out Mexico too, man. The Iran team has been staying in Mexico, and they said like they feel at home, man. They said the Mexican people have been like the most amazing people to them, and
doesn't surprise
they just adore them, and they've also been hanging out with the cartels too. The cartels are cartels.
So they got some interesting stories they could swap. I'm a big fan.
Yeah,
much like my idol Morrissey, we love Mexico.
It's a wild one, man.
Yeah.
You got to shout out to Chris over here.
Oh, the Bayou Geeks, Chris Castro, the king of the Bayou. Mm-hmm. He's the Duke of the Bayou.
Shout out to Ryan Keefe.
Ryan Keefe. Shout out to Rye King, former Rye King. All right, do we miss anybody? And we might be missing some people. But,
Coke Hogan.
Yeah, Coke Hogan's checking out Coke Hogan's checking out the World Cup there, the footy.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I think I covered everybody, right? Yeah, I think that's about it.
Yeah, I think we caught up everybody for now. I'm sure some of these guys got the World Cup on in the background. But thank you guys for hanging out, and consider going to patreon.com. Shah just dropped a show. I'm going to do a special show this weekend. We're going to hold off on the Q&A to try to get B Show back for next week. Don't know if he's going to be back. If not, that's totally fine. But I know he loves doing the show. He loves the Q&A. I'm sure, if he can be there, he will be there. He did, like I said, he did share some stuff on the Patreon there as far as that goes. But consider going to patreon.com/Spitball Media for just $5. You're going to get a ton of exclusive content. I'm going to do a special music episode this weekend as far as that goes. I have some music stuff I wanted to share with some people. And, of course, Shah just dropped a solo. Was that today, Shah? I didn't see it in my feed earlier.
I dropped it yesterday.
I
dropped one yesterday, yeah.
Yeah, for some reason I didn't see it in my feed. Maybe I didn't update it. So go to
I did one yesterday. Basically went through some trailers. I was on a Bloody Disgusting. I was a little tipsy too, so it was
oh, nice. That's always. I'm probably going to be a little effed up when I do it this time. And of course, $5. You can get in on the Q&A. Again, we're going to hold off the Q&A to next week, in the hopes that B Show will be back with us to record. I'm going to do a special show over the weekend, a little music episode. So consider going to patreon.com/Spitball Media, $5, thousands of hours of exclusive content. And thank you to the many, many people who help keep the lights on in this place. Now, Shah, I wanted to just throw this out there because I just stumbled on this statistic and I thought this was fascinating. Obviously, the big story in the last few months has been the dominance of the box office. An unprecedented amount of box office has been taking place, in part due, of course, there's been some serious films, but in part due to the horror genre, which is, weekly been carrying this as far as that goes. And of course, we are referring to the two bookend movies that are currently the dominating films, Obsession and Backrooms, respectively, carrying out that box office. Now, Shot, as of today, right now, we're halfway through the year at this point from a revenue perspective. This is a story that just came out. Hollywood is having the best year domestically. I'm only referring to the U.S. since prior to the pandemic. As of today, and this is like pulling the weekend box office into play here, we are currently at 4.46 billion in the United States for movies halfway through the calendar year. Okay. If you go back to 2025, at this point last year, we were at 3.91. If you go back to 2024, we were at 3.27. If you go to 2023, which Shah was the Barbenheimer year, if I'm not mistaken, correct? Was it 2023? Was that Barbenheimer?
I want to say yes, but I could be wrong. I think it's 2023 though. Yeah.
I think it is 2023 because it was 4.23, and then 2022 was 3.48. Now, Shah, 2021, which was a COVID year, and 2020, we weren't even at a billion. We were at 0.91 billion of box office, and 2020, which is when that really sort of started to shape up there, 1.83. And Shah, they're not just referring to Obsession and Backrooms. We have Toy Story. We have Mario. The Michael Jackson movie has made an unprecedented amount of money. And of course, that Ryan Gosling alien movie there, where he fucks an alien in space. I don't know what the fuck that's called. But, I mean, this is not something that we could, and we've been doing this for a bunch of years, not something we saw coming at all. Forget about the horror boom, Shah. There is a literal boom. I mean, and there's a lot of blockbusters on deck for the summer right now, from Minions to the Spider-Man movie. Um, what do you think is going on? Because a couple years ago, a lot of people were saying theaters are dead forever, and everything's going to be on streaming by the end of by the 2030 or something.
I mean, I've only really paid attention to like horror my whole life, so like Minions and those movies. I would have no clue what they were doing 6 years ago in comparison to now.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to speak on those like animation type of movies. Um, I think largely, honestly, theaters are staying alive due to obviously horror. On the consistent basis. Obviously, there's movies like the Michael Jackson movie and
Yeah.
Super Mario that make billions of dollars and get everybody outside. But for the most part, on a weekly basis, horror fans are the ones showing up and buying the popcorn and keeping it going. So I don't know, man. I really think you're going to see more and more horror movies coming out from these bigger companies,
You think
and
so?
taking the same approach as like Neon and A24 because Obsession, that's a Blumhouse Universal movie.
Yeah.
And that did what? Like that 30x its budget, 40x its budget.
Yeah,
Like, I
and
mean,
and it's going to do well on streaming, don't you think? I think it's going to do some
yeah,
money on
hell yeah.
streaming.
Yeah,
And,
of course it
which it
is.
is. The unrated version is coming to streaming, I believe soon, as it is now like leaving theaters. Um, but shot. I mean, if you think about it, you could really bookend horror in there, because Toy Story was always going to make money. Minions is always going to make money. Spider-Man is going to make money, right? That's a prerequisite. No one predicted these small market horror films. Like, for example, Hokum. Hokum was a very strong, positively reviewed horror film, a lot of interest there. I know very few people that went and saw that in theaters. Very few people went and saw that in theaters, in fact. So it's certainly not some blockbuster, or it's not something that generated 40 times its budget, you know? Um, but horror has shown very significant numbers. If we look at like last year's Final Destination, remember how fast that made a couple of 100 million? Made like 100 million pretty quickly.
Right. Yeah, I would love to see. I think you're gonna see movies like Final Destination. I mean, they already got another one announced already.
Yes, there's another one coming.
But you know, franchises like that, I think you're just gonna see them getting pumped out every like Scream. As much as people don't talk about it, Scream
Made
Seven.
a fortune.
Yeah,
Made an absolute. Which, by the way, that is streaming right now, I believe, on Paramount. All of them are, I think. I think Paramount might have every one of them. And I plan on watching it. I do want to check that out. How, you have any interest in seeing that?
I bought the Steelbook because I have all the Screams on Steelbook,
Hmm.
but I haven't watched it yet though.
Yeah,
Got a
and
beautiful Steelbook though.
well, yeah, well, but it made it made more money than any Screams before, like I think possibly. And Joe Punches brings up like there's a live action Moana. Now it doesn't look good. It looks kind of ridiculous, but that is clearly going to make hundreds of millions of dollars. Like,
Right.
it's weird. I think it's the combination of the things that were going to be big, and then you throw in Backrooms doing 300 million, I mean, but we did see this with Terrifier a couple of times. There hasn't really been a lot of big surprises in the horror world, like those Blumhouse movies about the couple there that see the Conjuring franchise. It's a massive franchise. We're not fans of the franchise, but it's an incredibly successful franchise. Scream was only not going to make money on TikTok. Like, we all knew at the end of the day that Scream wasn't going to bomb. Like, you know what I mean? That's just fake news, in that regard. But I do think you're right. I think horror being the wild card here. One genre shot I don't see other than scary movie, which has been incredibly successful this year. One genre that is not kicking ass in the box office is the comedy genre. Comedies, especially R-rated comedies. Now, I say that because this weekend, Shah, we have the last and final Jackass is coming out. I don't know how many years Jackass has been around for, like almost 20 years, maybe. Does that sound about right?
And what is this one? The fifth one? Fourth one?
I don't know if they call them by numbers. They just called this the last one, as far as that goes. But we have Jackass coming out this weekend along with Supergirl, which I'm contemplating going to see. I'm not. I feel like I could maybe sit this one out. It's called Best and Last. This Jackass, Shaw. Um, Now, have you ever seen a Jackass movie in theaters? I have not, but I used to love the show.
Yeah, I saw the first one and the third one in theaters. Not a great like theatrical experience. It's definitely not a movie you need to see in the theaters by any means. So,
Hmm.
um, I will not be checking this out anytime soon. I don't even think I checked out the last one. Um,
Okay.
I don't
Yeah,
know,
I,
man.
I I couldn't get through the
It's
last
just
one.
not
I
the
just
same.
there was like
It's not
random
the same when they're
celebrities and
older.
broads in it. It just seemed very like forced.
Well, it's also kind of cringy when it's like old dudes like in their 50s doing this shit. It's kind of it's just not the
Yeah,
same,
no,
you know.
it's a little sad. And I don't like the
Yeah.
Bam situation. I feel like they should have brought him back, for the end of it. Ryan Dunn is dead. Steve O's
Yeah.
like an annoying sober person now. And it's just like, oh, look, we got girls in Jackass. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, I don't think I want to see a girl get hit in the nuts. That doesn't exactly, I don't know. That doesn't work for me, actually. But
Yeah, it's not really for me
um,
anymore either.
it's not really for me anymore. But we have, the death of Robin Hood. That's that Hugh Jackman movie where he plays the older fucking like crazy version of Robin Hood.
Yeah, it's the
That's actually
A24.
getting, yeah, that's actually getting very good reviews, but I don't expect that to make any money. Which leads me to my next sort of conversation here in the Masters of the Universe, because it has crossed the 100 million threshold, and it will lose roughly 100 million. And the studio has already confirmed this week, Shah, that they will be making another one. And I find this to be very fascinating because I cannot recall a movie that lost $100 million getting a theatrical sequel greenlight, Shot. I mean, what do you think's going on there at the end of the day? Because I find that this whole circumstance with this movie to be so fascinating and not make any fucking sense.
They must expect it to make a ton of money coming out on streaming. Like, I mean, And obviously merchandise, like merchandise, I'm sure it's sold a shit
Killing it.
ton. You
They're
know,
killing it.
I haven't been to a Hot Topic in a couple years, but I'm sure Hot Topic, FYE, if it still exists,
Yeah, they have the
Target,
relaunch of the
etc.
figures. The figures came back out. The retro figures, the
Yeah,
retro
shirts,
Castle
hats.
Grayskull, the hats, the
Imagine
shirts,
for
the sword,
Halloween, costumes coming out. Like
Skeletor
it's gonna be.
costumes,
Yeah.
Skeletor costumes for Halloween. Um, this is a movie I am very excited for you and B Show to see at some point because I think you're gonna be doing very, very sort of long form talking about it because you're not gonna understand how this didn't make money. It is pretty. It's an anomaly. Just like Terrifier was an anomaly for its genre or whatever. This is not a blockbuster that did not succeed, but how can you say it failed if it's been greenlit to already have a sequel when it lost $100 million? Like, I don't know that I could call this a failure at this point. Can you? Because failure means it goes rush to video, and they never touch the property again. Neither one of those things are happening.
No, I would still call it a failure. I mean, if it didn't make the money back, though, you know.
Yeah,
And again,
yeah.
somebody in the yeah, let's see, yeah, Joe Puncher says Amazon has money to burn. I agree with him. Um,
They
I,
cancel
I, I
TV
don't, I
shows.
don't.
They cancel things. They let things not go to theaters and they cancel. The
Yeah,
Boys spinoff
I
had
just
big
wouldn't.
numbers. They canceled it.
Yeah, I just can't call this a success just based on the fact that it has a follow up announced already because it's clearly not doing well. You know, like it's. And I know merchandise wise, it is doing well. That's the only thing that
That's a
really makes sense to me because when I went to Target, dude, I was walking by and like everything was selling out, Masters
yeah,
of the Universe wise. So,
yeah. Yeah, I
um,
don't know. I mean, we could probably find the number on the merch numbers as far as that happens. Ryan Keefe brings up they can announce whatever they want. Doesn't mean it'll actually be made. Oh no, they're making it. Like they even after the second week, the studio said, "Yeah, we're totally happy with the film. We believe in the film. We have no issues with the film." I do think possibly they are making a lot of money on the merchandise. Shaw just got kicked off by the IRGC. I do think they're making a shit ton of money. I think they're making an absolute shit ton of money in merch. As far as that goes, not to, oh, there you are. I was just trying to add you back. Did the IRGC kick you off the internet? You're on mute, by the way.
no, that was me. I clicked the wrong button.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe
Yeah.
I thought maybe they were messing with you again.
No,
I think it
we're
is
still
merch.
halfway through the show though. There's still
I
time.
know
There's
there's
still
a
time.
lot that could happen at this point, especially when we get to trailers. That's when they really come after you. Yeah, and Ryan also brings up it's bad marketing. It doesn't have a big fan base under 30. Neither does Jackass, Ryan, and that doesn't seem to be stopping. They pulled out the red carpet for Paramount because Paramount owns that property. They're promoting the piss out of this thing. They are promoting the absolute shit out of this Jackass. And again, Jackass is a proven property. Shah, who do you think the audience is for the Jackass movie? I'm just curious.
I mean, it would have to be people my age that just grew up with it. I can't imagine anybody
35
else.
to 55?
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine anybody else being invested in Jackass at this point. You
Mm.
know, because it's one
Yeah.
of those things you have to grow up with it. It's not something that you want to discover as like a. Imagine being like an 18-year-old and discovering like 55-year-old dudes like I don't know putting their balls in mouse traps. Like they're gonna be like, what the fuck is it? What are they doing?
Well, I'll have you
What's
know,
the
as a
appeal?
55-year-old, we all put our balls in mousetraps. That's our life is literally
What's
saggy
their
balls and sharp
yeah,
mousetraps dipped
man.
in vinegar. You know, um, Dirk wants to know. Shout out, Dirk joined us. Dirk, and I think Mr. Anderson joined us earlier as well, old friend of the show. Um, I will not. I don't get dressed up for Halloween. I've only got dressed up one time. I may have mentioned this once. I've got dressed up one time as an adult, and it's not even really getting dressed up. I wore a tuxedo and shaved my head, and my Asian girlfriend went as Orphan Annie in the full outfit with the outfit and the wig. My Vietnamese girlfriend, and I was Daddy Warbucks. And people got it, but this was also an adult party where people were like, hammered on fucking edibles and hanging the fuck out. Yeah, I don't wear costumes. I don't wear costumes. I just don't. I don't wear costumes. But I'll be curious, Shot, to see the Jackass box office numbers. I am. And the Supergirl. Now, Supergirl is coming out. This is actually a very big deal for DC. DC had a lukewarm, slightly successful Superman. This is the first film since then. It is tied in the lineage. They are launching their cinematic universe. Um, they have Jason Momoa playing Lobo, which is something he said he was born to play. I agree. But not a lot of heat shot for Warner Brothers putting out this Supergirl movie. But it doesn't exactly have a lot of competition in Jackass.
No, I don't think Supergirl is going to have anything to do with Jackass. To be honest, I don't give a fuck about either one though. So I mean,
Yeah, I'm
people
just
like me are
wondering
not
who's
going
going
to
to
be
win
checking
win
out
the
either one.
box office there. I wonder which one's going to win the box office because they're both. I mean, don't you think they're both niche properties at this point?
Probably Supergirl, I would say, over Jackass.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I honestly don't know. This girl Millie A Lock there, she's very cute. I don't know that she's a movie star. People did like Superman, but it didn't do great. A lot of people think that they're hiding the numbers there. Don't know, but we'll find out. We'll be talking about it next week. We also got some information shot on a brand new Ari Aster movie, if I'm not mistaken.
We did, and I'm kind of saddened because it doesn't seem like it has anything to do with horror movies.
Oh boy,
It's called Scapegoat. Let me pull this up.
is it about Jack Perry and AEW?
No, I don't think so.
Don't
I
you
wouldn't
think
be
Ari
surprised if
Aster?
Jack Perry. Can you imagine if he ends up in an A24 movie though? Like that would not
Oh,
even surprise me. They
well,
would
he
get
acts
somebody
like
from
he's
the
not.
A24.
He acts like he's tall, so that he doesn't have half the talent his father had. That's for sure. I'm a big Luke Perry guy. Huge fan of 90210. Actually, huge. What is
Yeah, so it
Ari
looks like
Aster working with us?
Scarlett Johansson seems to be the only cast so far.
Do they give us anything in the way of a plot?
Let's
Nothing.
see.
Oh, here we go. Well, he's got an A-lister. I mean, Ari Aster's getting A-listers now, so that's kind of a big fucking deal.
Yeah, it says the film titled Scapegoat will star Scarlett Johansson in the lead role and is set to begin production in the fall of 2026. A24, which has distributed all four of Astor's previous films. Hopefully, they will continue to do all of them because I just need that collaboration to continue. Will return as a distributor for his original screenplay that the director wrote himself. Johansson, one of Hollywood's most celebrated. I don't think it says anything about the actual
Okay, so
plot
he's
though.
got he's got A-lister anchoring
Yeah,
a film. And eight, and it's funny, shot like he's been with A24 since day zero, hasn't he?
yeah. All five movies have been through him now. So
Wow,
let's
he's
see.
got five.
Well, this would be the fifth one, yeah.
Oh,
Because he had
I'm
what,
sorry, I had to think for a second. Yeah, and
right? Because
technically,
Hereditary, Midsommar, Beau was Afraid,
yeah,
then the COVID movie, and now this one.
and yeah, Eddington, whatever. Shot, is he
Eddington.
in your mind 3-1 or 2-2? Honestly, because I liked Eddington a lot. I really, and I liked Beau was Afraid of a lot. So I don't know that I
Well, he's
think
got
he's even.
four.
Yeah,
I think
would you
he's
give him a 3-1? I mean, I don't know. You'll give him a 4-0. That seems
no, I don't, because I didn't really like Eddington as much as I thought I would.
really. I appreciated
Yeah,
the acting in that probably more than any film. It's funny. I love all the acting in his films, but the two films that aren't as popular, I thought the performances in them were the strongest performances. I thought Joaquin Phoenix in Beau is Afraid and Eddington, outside of Tony Collette, are the off the chart performances of anything he's ever done.
yeah, but that's the thing about Ari Aster movies. I feel like all four of his movies have had like standout performances.
Yeah.
You look at Tony Collette, even Florence Pugh in
Florence
Midsommar,
Pugh,
she
that
was
made her.
amazing.
That made her. She ended
Yeah,
up getting
that's what
the
I'm saying. So those
the
two, they're
Page
known
movie.
for their acting. Beau
Yeah.
was Afraid. I mean, that was fucking a character study of. I mean, 3.5 hours of this guy just carrying this
Yeah.
movie,
Very difficult
and then
role. Very
yeah.
difficult role. As far as
So
that
yeah, I
goes.
think I think all of his movies, that's one of their strongholds is the acting. You know,
Hmm.
and I love the fact that he writes the stories himself. He writes the stories, he directs it himself.
Well,
It's
yeah,
all
he's
through
not
him.
gonna. Yeah, he's not gonna do somebody else's written word there. Like he's gonna do it's gonna end up being his sort of, he's gonna write it, he's directing it. Um, Do you think, at this point he needs, and I look, I we're this is probably, a top person for us across the board, me, you, and B Show. But don't you think he needs this to kind of be a grand slam out of the park? On it, because now he's got ScarJo. She doesn't work that much, bro. Like, she either works for a paycheck or she does artsy shit. And this is gonna fall in the artsy shit. You know what I mean? Do you think this needs to be like a big hit for him because Eddington was such a popcorn fart across the board with people?
Honestly, no. I think he's an established name with A24, dude. I think most of his movies have not been successful for the most part, other than Hereditary. Like,
Which was
I don't
successful
think,
for sure. It was
yeah,
absolutely.
I don't think he like knocks it out of the park every time. Like, but I think he's an established name, and no matter how shitty the outcome is, he's always going to have, the budget for the next movie through A24.
Yeah.
Um,
And
but I mean,
Shah, I
obviously,
will.
dude, like this guy, I've seen him on the Criterion Closet. Like, this guy is a film lover to the
Yeah, he's
next
an
level.
auteur.
This
What I
guy,
was going to say was, Shah, he's not going to sell out to Netflix and Apple,
yeah,
like,
no, no,
for a
he really
five-figure
loves
deal. Yeah.
film.
Yeah,
Like
he's
he's a
not doing that.
filmmaker. Yeah,
He's not doing that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's not a guy that tomorrow you're gonna pick up. You're gonna go scroll in and be like, Ari Aster signs 5 picture deal for Tubi. Like, that's not gonna fucking happen
yeah,
with
he's not
this
gonna be
movie.
like doing Batman. You know what I mean? Like, he's not that guy.
Shah, if he did Batman, you would go see it the minute it came out. If he did a
I
Batman,
just don't think
even
he would take on those type of projects.
Christopher Nolan. It's funny you say that because Christopher Nolan was not a guy people from his movies like Insomniac and what was his big there about the guy who the short-term memory
Memento,
guy. What was the guy with the short-term memory? The guy
Memento.
Memento. If you see Memento and like would you think that guy's gonna direct $3 billion Batman movies?
No, but I still look at Christopher Nolan a little differently than an Ari Aster. I don't know. Ari Aster to me, again, he's more of like an actual artist. You know what I
Mm.
mean? Like I don't know. Christopher Nolan is a little more Hollywood than Ari Aster. I feel like Ari Aster is like that. He is that guy that like he's super fucking nerdy. Like, you can tell he
Yeah,
just
he's a
never
geek. He's
went
a film
out.
geek. He's a
Yeah,
legit
he
film
just
geek.
yeah, like you can tell this man just studied film in his basement for most of his life. So
Yeah, and
it's in
he
his
and
heart,
he's
man. You know.
and he's like one of these guys. He loves like Park Chan Woo, and he loves Spike Lee, and he loves like Woody Allen, and he loves like Coppola. Like, you could tell he's taking pieces of all these
Yeah,
guys, and Kurosawa. You could totally tell. Like, Eddington to me was probably like, I felt like, okay, I'm seeing his influences, whether they're the spaghetti western movies or the Kurosawa movies. Like, they didn't even like,
I
even
can
like the
see.
way it
Yeah.
was shot. Like, you feel like, oh, this is like homages to his heroes. Like, you know what I mean?
He's mentioned Kurosawa several
Oh,
times.
has he? I
Um,
didn't even know that
yeah,
actually.
yeah.
I didn't.
Dude, you got to check out the Criterion Closet interview you did. I feel like you'd really dig it.
Yeah, I always
He's
watch the
different, man.
picks. I do, I send you the picks sometimes. I love the
Yeah,
picks. I'm more into the picks because the picks sometimes will throw you for a fucking loop and you're just like, yo, like,
yeah. That's
people
why it's
just lose
interesting.
them. It's so fun. But we got a couple of cool movies we're going to check out now, trailer wise. Now, this is an interesting trailer. People had asked us to cover this. I discovered this a couple of weeks ago. And this is a new film starring Josh Brolin, coming off of Weapons. Josh Brolin's having a hell of a third act, let me tell you. As a my generation actor, this guy is fucking on fire. Josh Brolin stars in a new movie called Whale Fall by Brian Dufeld. Shah. Now, the name Brian Dufeld is not going to be a household name, but Shah, you will recognize his big previous film because it was one of your recent favorites called No One Will Save You. This is the guy who wrote and direct. I don't know if he wrote it, but he directed "No One Will Save You," that alien movie with no dialogue, with that
I
unbelievable
love it.
girl. Yeah, of that Hulu
Hell yeah.
movie. Well, this is his follow-up, Brian Dufeld, called Whale Fall, and he wrote and directed this. So I don't know if he wrote and directed "No One Will Save You" going back to 2021. But this is a story. This is going to sound a little crazy if you're unfamiliar with, but this is not a joke. This is a story about a fisherman who literally gets swallowed by a fucking sperm whale. And this is an intense, this is looks like a must-watch movie. And this is called Whalefall.
Hopefully we can play it. Let's see.
I hope so.
I can teach you things.
Laggy.
It's laggy. Wow, first of all, before we...
tools.
Dude, who does he look like here? Who does he look like there? Doesn't he look like the Mexican actor? Like the dude from Heat?
Oh,
his name escapes
somebody
me.
in the chat.
Somebody check me in the chat room. Hold on. Should I try to play this? Let me see. How can I do that? Let me see.
You can try if you want.
How do I Oilfall trailer? All right, hold on.
So you would have to hit that. Do you see on in the middle button there should be a little screen that has a plus?
I just want to see if it. All right, it's not lagging for me, so hold on. It's actually working really well. All right, I'm sorry, guys. I was just trying. Where is this middle screen here?
So all the way at the bottom, do you see like where you would mute yourself?
Yes.
Okay, so the middle button, there's a plus sign. Do you see that?
Yeah.
So press that, and then just click the screen that you're sharing.
Okay.
Yep.
Here we go.
And you should be able to play it.
All right, here we go. All right, let me know when you can see it, people. Are you guys ready?
Yep.
All right, this is Wellfall. I forget the actor he looks like.
I can teach you things.
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
I can give you all the tools.
I didn't even know that was Josh Brolin, bro.
You can be whatever you want. Anything you want.
I don't know who that kid is. He looks familiar.
Looks familiar.
He looks familiar. This 20th century.
When it matters.
Wow, that's a great shot.
You
Wow,
know
look how bleak that looks underwater. Holy shit. I'm already... Yo! You see this? Holy fuck! Dude. This looks...
Here, pause it for 1 second.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Do you see the buttons to your right?
Oh, sorry. Hold on.
There's one, the middle button that looks like it'll expand it out.
Oh,
go back on the screen.
Sorry, people. I never do this. Oh, expand it out. Oh, what does it say? Like,
it should be called like theater mode.
Oh, sorry. Oh,
if you move your cursor over the video, move your cursor over the video.
Over the video? You talking about this?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, like your mouse. Just bring your mouse over the actual video.
Is that better?
No. Just go ahead and play it. It was fine. It doesn't matter.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was just trying to make it larger.
I'm trying to make it larger too. What did I do here? Did I just make it smaller?
No. You kept it the same size. You can just play it. It's fine.
Well, now it's really small. That's what I don't understand. Sorry about this. I never really do.
It's the same size as it was before for us.
It's not for me though. So hold on. How do I make it bigger? I'm sorry. I never do this. Hold on. All right. I'm gonna try again.
Here, hold on. Let me.
Oh, you just lost your audio there. Your audio's gone. Oh, the key is for weapons?
This is the button that I'm talking about.
If you see a button.
Well, hold on, I'm about to show it.
Oh, right, all the way down there. Oh, I thought you were on the console. All right, my bad. Hold on.
No, so you go on the actual video, move your cursor, and then you'll see this little button that says theater mode.
My bad. Okay.
When you click that, it'll expand it out.
People. It's not too late to learn. Hold on. Now, how do I get back? Hold on. This is all stuff we should have worked out. I don't know how to get back.
So you just present the video again. So you just go back to the middle button that says the plus sign.
It's gone.
Where you can share your screen.
Oh, share screen. My bad. Okay. Sorry, peeps.
Yeah, and then you just reshare the same screen again.
Okay. Sorry about that, peeps. Hold on. His Wellfall.
No, this is like a tutorial. People.
This is great.
Starting a show, man. Now you're learning.
Now, how do I full screen? Boom. How's that?
There you go.
Nice.
That's good.
All right. They're saying that's the kid from Weapons, which is interesting. This motherfucker's gonna get eaten by a sperm whale, bro. How is that possible? Wow. Dude, I love the noises.
More movies about whales. Whales are
dude, look at that. Holy shit. Oh, dude. That looked so good.
Dude. Oh my god, that's fucking horrible.
Did that thing just eat a squid? Dude. Wow. Oh, no, it's going. Dude.
Survivors survive.
Oh, yeah, dude, are you kidding me? Dude.
Yo, that looked fucking incredible, man. I was not
Oh my-
expecting that to be that good. Holy shit. Can we have more whale movies, please, man? That was fucking horrifying. I just wish the trailer just didn't give us that whole scene because I feel like that was probably one of the craziest scenes in the movie. You know
I
what I
think
mean?
they
But that
want
looked,
they want people to know this is like a legit, serious fucked
dude,
up
that looks
movie.
so good though. Like visually, that looks so fucking good.
Yeah. Am I still sharing my screen or no?
No, you're good.
Okay, I
It's
just want to make sure.
just your-
But Sean, now that you know that this is a guy who a movie you watched of his a couple of years ago, we all enjoyed quite a bit, I'm even more excited.
Yeah, dude. I wish it was coming sooner. It's in October, which is kind of odd because I don't really
Dude,
think
because
this
it's
needs to
scary.
be-
It's a scary movie that's gonna come out at
Yeah,
Halloween
but-
time.
This doesn't feel like a Halloween movie.
You think
like,
it's a
know what I mean?
summer
Like, this
movie
could've-
because it's
Yeah, this could have came out in the summer. Like this doesn't feel like a Halloween movie. In
I'm-
fact,
I'm
I would have
blown
preferred
away.
if it came out like summertime. You know, like because this reminds me like this looks as big as Jurassic Park to me. This looks like a big budget movie, dude. This doesn't look like a shitty fucking little indie movie.
It's not a shitty.
It's coming
little
out in
indie movie.
IMAX and 4D and all this shit. So
Yeah, 4DX.
I'm excited, man.
Dude,
Yeah.
I would go. Would you go pay money to see this in like high?
I would.
IMAX?
Yeah, this type of movie, hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Do you think this ends up being a sleeper film of the year? Because it looks.
I
like
think
it could.
so. I mean, yo, I was sleeping on this because I was just like, oh, like yeah, the whale movie. I will watch that trailer. I was not expecting to be like completely engulfed into this movie. But yo, man, that Hungry Hippos movie comes out. Came out yesterday too on streaming. So if anybody wants to check that out,
it did come out. If people want to check it out, I stayed away from a review because I was worried about trailers. So I stayed away from a review of it, but I will be trying to check that out just because it looked fun. It just looked like this doesn't look like a fun movie. This looks like a movie that's going to make me never go in water for the rest of my life.
Yeah. No, this looks
Like,
dreadful. Like Hungry Hippos look like a fun 90-minute, just like brainless entertainment, you know?
Oh, for sure. Like for sure. But anyway, speaking of A24, we actually have an A24 trailer for a movie coming out. This trailer just came out the other day. I'm not too familiar with this movie. It stars Julianne Moore, who I actually one day stalked around Boogie Nights time period because I recognized her in the Village, and I just kept walking in a couple blocks just because it was Julianne Moore. That's kind of gross, but this was like a long time ago. I was just excited. I saw a celebrity. I was definitely her. She was very tiny. She was super freckled, and Sean Boogie Nights that time period. She was kind of hot shit, like literally hot shit.
I just got Boogie Nights on 4K, man. It looks fucking incredible. Like I need you to watch it on 4K, man.
That's
it looks like a brand new movie.
I feel like that's a slept-on movie. Anyway, this is a new film called The Debut. It looks like a dark comedy. We're gonna check it out now. Sean, let me know if the volume or whatever is good here.
Yeah, hit that expand button again though.
Oh, sorry.
Once you play it.
Yep. All right, here we go. The Debut, starring Julianne Moore.
When kids can drive, she doesn't do anything anymore.
Today I auditioned for a musical show.
Mona, look at you. Full of surprises.
She looks A24.
What's your story? I don't think we've seen you before.
I haven't sung in front of anyone since church
I
choir.
haven't seen her in a while.
We're auditioning for Jerry.
Who's Jerry?
Basically the biggest name in New Jersey Community Theater.
Oh,
He's brilliant, but he's not here to be your friend.
Hi, Jerry.
Mocha, no milk when you have it. Mona Friedman,
That's me.
you're up.
Whenever you're ready. Mona,
Yes?
you're the only person who auditioned for Miss Danielle. You got the part.
Oh, this is Jesse Eisenberg.
Jerry is going to
Director.
test you and push you and drag you through the mud.
That girl looks
No one move.
Mona, look at me and say your line 3 times in a row and don't blink.
Can I blink first before we start?
No, go.
Everyone can take the rest of the day off, except for Mona.
Every single thing you are doing is not working.
Hi, Miss Danielle. Thanks for coming by on such short notice.
What seems to be the problem, Barnaby?
Jesus.
Sorry, is that how she's gonna do it?
Jerry, you're Mocha.
It's too late for that.
Of course.
All of the baggage that you've been holding on to your whole life.
Honey, did you make dinner?
use it. I'll need my tool belt and a mocha, no milk.
I knocked you off the goddamn wall, and you are lying in pieces all over the ground. Oh, God, it should kill you! But we are going to put Humpty Dumpty back together again. And Anna, when we do that, you are going to be dynamite, baby. What did the mask of Miss Danielle feel like?
I could do anything. I could say anything.
You know, I used to be an actor. When I saw you up there, I just thought, I wish that was me.
Opening night. When the lights are on me, I'm gonna shine.
This looks like a weird movie. You know, Shot, A24 is covering so much ground right now, don't you think? I mean, they're just being very risky. I think they can't lose, you know?
I mean, this movie seems like an A24 movie, though. I don't think really.
Yeah,
this
like
is
a dark. It's a dark comedy for sure. It's probably
it's
got
a dark,
like
dark character study, dark comedy. This honestly reminds me of like something Todd Solondz would do, just a little less
Coke
dark.
Hogan said Wes Anderson without probably the colors, but the acting seemed very Wes Anderson, didn't it?
And Todd Solondz, like he does a lot of these type of quirky, dark comedies.
Yeah, it's not all
Dark
pedophile
Horse.
Jokes, with him. It's
You ever
not.
see Dark Horse? Like that reminds me. That's a great fucking movie. You need to check that out.
No. Yeah, I'm interested in this because the two leads are like fucking fantastic, right? I mean, Giamatti's never done a bad thing in his life as far as the performance goes. And it's A24. Jesse Eisenberg wrote a pretty big movie a couple years ago that Kieran Culkin won the Academy Award for there that I actually enjoyed that movie quite a bit. I'm curious about it because it's A24. And I recognize some of the ancillary characters in there too, like some other people. That just seems like a fun, I bet you it's very funny. And that's probably well acting. Shad, that looks like one of those comedies that like people get nominated for awards. Like, you know what I mean? Like you could tell she's probably going to get, right? Even from the trailer, they're both probably going to get nominated for an Academy Award.
For sure. Yeah, this is going to be one of those movies that's like critically acclaimed. You know what I mean? It's going to become a cult classic in 10, 15 years.
Yeah, I'm going to check it out. I'm going to totally check it out. Anyway, I saved this for the end because I have to say, I could be wrong here, and I will admit it if I'm wrong. This movie that we're going to cover right now is fastly becoming one of the most anticipated films for me of the year because at first I wasn't really that interested in it. And now I have to say my interest in this is so out of control. They put out a final trailer for the next installment in the Evil Dead franchise, Burn. We talked about this last week or the year before, that this is actually now going to predate the entire lineage of the Evil Dead shot. This predates literally everything.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one, man. I purposely didn't watch this trailer. I did see it come out. So I figured we would save it for the show. But yeah,
anyway,
I heard
this is I didn't watch it either, actually. I watched the first few seconds of it and I said, let me stop because I want to see this. I want to watch this with everybody. Anyway, this is the last trailer for the upcoming Evil Dead Burn. And I believe this could be a Red Band trailer. I'm trying to determine if this is a Red Band trailer or not, but we're going to check it out now. I'm very excited. And this is it. And after this, the next time we will be discussing this shot will be when we actually see the motherfucker. This is Evil Dead Burn.
Yeah, man. Full screen.
We found something. The Necronomicon, the Book of the Dead.
You know they don't want me there.
You're part of the family.
Despite my warnings, they read from the book, unleashing demons, and demons, and demons, and demons. God help us.
Oh! Wow.
The whole family can be together again. Children?
Oh my God, bro.
Please, open the door. You are my dead bundle!
Whoa. Oh my God. Are you kidding?
Don't turn it to ear.
Oh no! Oh, dude!
Evil Dead Burn.
God help us.
Tickets on sale now. Rated R. Only in theaters July 10th.
Shot, I have to say, I must see this the minute it comes out.
I mean, that scene with the wolf was that from the 2013 movie? That was a flashback.
Remember,
right?
everything is tied. Yeah, that is a part of the history. Everything is in the history now.
But I'm saying that specific scene is taken from the 2003. I don't think it's a new
so.
scene.
I don't know. I mean, that seems unlikely, right? I mean,
I don't know.
I love
this
that.
looks fucking crazy though. The scene where they're all crawling on top of the roof and they're running across, coming through the fucking chimney, all the blood splattering everywhere. The scene with the pen in the ear that made me feel very uncomfortable.
Yeah, I like the overture recording. Like, you have read from the Necronomicon, the Book of the Dead. Dude, it's fucking amazing. Like,
I love
you
it,
can't
man.
even tell me like this didn't just jump into the top of the list now for you. It did 100% for me.
Yeah, I think I don't know, man. I wish I kind of didn't get the previous ones because I bought like the box set and not knowing that they're going to put out so many different ones. So I feel like now I'm going to have to rebuy all the Evil Deads just because they're going to be making more and more of them. But I'm telling you, man, this is going to fucking blow up, dude. This is going to be like the next Final Destination where you're going to have 7 Evil Deads in the next 10 years.
You think so?
I think so. Because I think it's going to build like a brand new cult following with the younger generation. You know what I mean? So.
Well, they gave us a modern one, 3 years ago, right? Is it 3 years ago? 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
Evil Dead Rise was,
Evil Dead Rise. But this is not a sequel. This is a prequel to the original Evil Dead now. So we're not going like in some sort of sequential order. Do you think quite possibly the idea might be to do this in generations? So perhaps the next one is the 80s, right? Because this one takes place in 1972 or 1973, the very advent. And by the way, my understanding is possibly the end of this movie literally sets up the original film, as far as that goes. Like, there's a history here.
So do you think they're going to remake the actual
not remake.
two?
No, they can't. They won't remake it again. They might do.
Well, not in the same sense as like it being like a comedy movie, but.
Oh no way. They're not going comedy, don't you think? I mean, there's
no way they're going comedy. But I'm saying, do you think they're going to remake the '80s movie though? Again,
I think they might do a '90s. I think they might do like a millennial, like a 2000 version, like pre-internet. Because think about this. Now they're doing 1973. There's no internet. There's everybody's got rotary phones. People still had black and white televisions. Trust me, because I had them in my house and up until like the early 80s. Like, you have very little resources. It looks like they secluded this in some type of big house. This got like wolves and zombies and demons and what the fuck, man? I don't know, man. I'm really excited about this. I don't know what other people thought about the trailer, but I'm blown away. I think they made it look very gory, very scary, not jump scary, but like, I think gore is going to be a big factor here because I think they went for the gore in the Evil Dead Rise quite a bit too.
Yeah, I think it's definitely going to be very sadistic and ultra violent. Like the scene with I don't know which family member it was, but it looked like a farmer, and he showed up and his jaw is like halfway missing.
Well, half his head is gone. Did you see that? Like half his fucking head is missing. And then they tie that girl up. She's like, "You'll be dead by dawn!" Like screaming. Dude, forget the comedy aspects of Evil Dead. That's out the window for me at this point.
Yeah, that whale movie though, I'm still stuck on that, man.
I knew you were gonna be obsessed with that movie. I knew it. I knew it.
I don't know if I can wait till October. I want to see it now, man. That movie looks fucking crazy.
Don Stoney is asking us, is this a prequel? I think this is technically a prequel to the entire lineage. They are promoting it as if this begins the whole version of the Necronomicon. I think, Shah, what's going to happen is we're going to find out how it gets in that farmhouse in the 80s. That's what I think this is. I think it's going to be like, because that's like, 10 years later, I think, right? 81, 82? The
Something
original?
like that, yeah.
Something like that. This is so they purposely did it in 1973. You know, I think we're gonna. I think we're gonna. I think if the trailer is any indication, this is going to end up, Sean, I'm going to call it being one of the top 5 horror films easily of the year. Maybe even easily top 5.
I would say it can certainly make top 5. It's got some pretty tough competition already, though.
Oh yeah, already it's almost impossible to get in that top 5 practically. And also, I think Jamie brought this up. Jamie Pennycook. They shot this in an old school. Yeah, I think they shot this. That looked like film to me, like it was shot to film.
Possibly.
I could be wrong.
I don't know.
I could be wrong because that was They said that was a 4K trailer. I don't know, like a 4DK trailer or something.
Yeah, I mean,
don't know.
4K is just digitally. They could just be.
But that's digital. Yeah, I don't know. I think, but you see, like even that thing where they see the girl floating with the credits and the car scene and the mount. Like it just looked like maybe they just shot it very wide. Because even that house scene where they're crawling on the fucking thing, that looked kind of. There were like the tight shots were for the gore. You know what I mean? Like the ear shit and the girl crawling on the floor. I think we saw a thing where someone drinks a candle. Do you remember that from the previous trailer?
There was so much thrown at me. They all kind of blend together. I do love because this seems to be the theme. Like the opening credits for
Rise.
Evil Dead Rise.
Fantastic.
Do you remember Rise when she comes out of the fucking water?
She's rising over the fucking ocean.
Yeah.
Like,
and then this one was very similar. I love like the text coming out of the hills. Like
yeah, doesn't Tarantino that's the 70s. Doesn't Tarantino do that? Like with all of his opening sort of credits sometimes, like it rises up. I'm pretty sure he does. I don't know what they call it. He probably does. Well, listen, this comes out in a couple weeks, like July 10th, the week after 4th of July. Don't think I love the time period. I don't know. I just feel like that's a weird time to put a movie like this out. But as you said, the horror field is so crowded. That might have been the best shot they had at having a big opening. But I think we're going to be talking a lot more about this, certainly in the next couple of weeks, but also Whale Fall around Halloween. I don't see a circumstance where I don't pay extra to see that. He's talking about Whale Fall, I think. I think he's talking about Whale Fall that was shot. Yeah, that did look kind of dark. I don't know what the deal is with that, but they said it's shot in 4DX. I don't know what the fuck that is. But anyway, we're going to head on out. Please consider going to patreon.com/Spitball Media. I will be doing a special episode this weekend. You will have an extra week for the Q&A in the hopes that our good buddy there, our good brother, Bisho Brian, will be back with us. I'm not saying he's going to be back, but I'd like to at least give him a little bit of a window there. So you'll have your time. And then what we'll do immediately after that is we'll get the July Q&A questions up and running. And of course, hopefully we'll be back to a full plate then. Shah did just drop an episode, I believe, yesterday, and my episode will be out this weekend. So please consider going to patreon.com/Spitball Media. Let's shout out the Drew Yari Experience. Let's shout out Lunches with Punches. Let's shout out Rich Dow's X's and O's. Let's shout out the Necromaniacs. Tonight, Shah, they were covering Psycho Killer. Spoiler alert, they didn't like it. I don't know when that's airing, but they're recording it tonight. I think it's an across the board thumbs down. I don't know just yet. Let's plug the Wrestling Soup. Let's plug the Don Tony. Let's plug our good friend Sam Hoyos' band, Playing Dead. They got a great new single I've been listening to quite a bit. Check out his band Playing Dead. And the Red River Podcast. Him and I are trying to do a music thing together on his show, covering some songs we appreciate there that we wish we wrote. Shah, do we have the plugs for our friends?
Yeah, follow John at I am John Draper, B-Show at B-Show Brian, myself at Planet.Mondo, and the show at Spitball Media. And by the way, throughout the week, I might just be going live on Patreon randomly just to watch the games.
Okay.
I don't know how to archive them, though, so you just got to kind of catch me live. I know some people were on with me earlier live. Chris Matthews was in there. I think Don Stoney was in there. So later on tonight, don't be surprised if I go live again on Patreon just to watch the remaining games. I know more games start in about 20 minutes. So I might be getting drunk. I might be getting drunk, and I'll watch the games.
That's always fun. That's always fun.
I can't figure out how to share the screen, though. I don't think there's a screen sharing option on Patreon. So you would have to watch the games yourself.
Yeah,
you would have to watch the game yourself. It would be just like kind of like a hangout, just watching it with me. So
Well, that would be fun, and if I'm around, I might jump in there as well. Just FYI. But I'll be getting that music episode out that weekend. Always have a good time doing the solo shows. Send a lot of love to B. Show Brian and his family, and we'll see you guys next week on the regular show.
Yeah, man. Peace.